Hey everybody and welcome to this video. I'm Inxlaura123 and this is going to be a story time video. So in this video I'm going to be telling you about the time that I nearly had to dump Nathan. Yes, I nearly had to break up with the love of my life. So in this video, you're going to probably think I'm a complete, nasty, horrible person. And you're probably right. And you're going to be like, Laura, you're so selfish. How could you have done that? Well, yeah, you know what? I was selfish. But yeah, hopefully you'll understand. Try not to judge me. Love me. But no. Yeah, I mean, looking back, it was probably quite cruel. But at the time, it really did matter to me. And I had to... Anyway, let me stop rambling and I'll tell you what it's about. So... basically, I have always had a little bit of a kind of awkwardness when it comes to certain piercings on people's bodies. So I've got my ears pierced, even though I don't really wear earrings that much, but I've got my ears pierced and that's it. Now, I don't mind it, like looking at piercings on people's noses or eyebrows, even like a little lip ring, I'm fine with. But there's certain piercings on certain parts of the body which make me physically sick. Like, I'm not being horrible. And if anyone is watching this and you've got piercings that I'm going to mention in these places and you're like, what? As I say, I don't care what people have. Like, I don't judge people. If you want to have these piercings and you love them and, you know, that's all good. It's fine. Like, I couldn't care. Like, I don't judge people on it. I just, for me personally, this is personal preference. I don't do all the piercings in certain areas. It just makes me feel sick. So I've had friends over the years that have had these piercings in certain places. So, like, things like the nipples. Oh, just thinking about it. So to me, like, my nipples are super sensitive. Anyway, too much info. But they're super sensitive. And the thought of, like, just no. Also, like, men having their, like, willies pierced. Like, why would you pierce your willy? And also, like, girls, when I've got a friend, I won't say her name, but I've got a friend who's got, like, you know, her down below parts of that pierced. It's gotta hurt. Like, I know people, they say they really enjoy it. Some of them get, like, a pleasure from these, like, certain piercings. Like, as I say, I don't judge. If that's how you get your jollies and you enjoy it, all good. Go and do it. Don't bother me. But for me personally, it's just always really grossed me out. And one of the piercing areas that makes me feel a bit sick is the tongue. Like, I don't know why. It's just, in my mind, I don't know why you'd want your tongue pierced. And I know that is, like, such a major popular piercing. So many people have it done. But for me, I'm like, how could it... just the thought of it, it's just, yeah, it makes me just gag. Anyway, so here's what happened. When I met Nathan, he told me he had a tongue piercing, right? And I was like, oh no, because I really started to like him. I was, you know, going on dates with him. We'd been talking online for a while as well, and we just really clicked and connected. And I thought, yeah, this could be something. This could be something serious. I could be in a relationship with this guy. I like him that much. And he was liking me, and I was liking him, and it was all good. So, yeah, I remember him telling me, and I was thinking, right, stop being so shallow. Not think about it. Do not think about it. So I carried on going on dates and then gets to the point where you're having a little kiss, okay? You've got the holding hands part done, cuddles, and then you're on to the smooch stage, right? Anyway, so our first kiss, just on the lips, a little bit of a lovely, perfect. Oh, amazing. Then it got to the bit where you're snogging, i.e. kissing with tongues, okay? When I was young at school, we used to call it getting off. Oh, she got off with him. Anyway, so French kissing. And yeah, so we had a snog and it literally made me feel very uncomfortable. It was horrible. I'm not going to lie, like Nathan knows this. So I'm not being a bitch or anything. He knows this. We've been together over 6 years, so we know all this stuff. But yes, it just made me feel uncomfortable because as I was snogging Nathan, all I could feel was this metal thing, like from his tongue, because he had a big like tongue bar and it was quite, well, I think it was quite big. He'd probably say, no, it was a small one, but it felt like that. It wasn't like that, but it was a big like metal bar. And as I was kissing, I could feel it against my teeth. I could feel it against my tongue, just around my mouth. And I'd never really like kissed anyone with a tongue ring or tongue bar or anything in their tongue no. So it was like, and I remember like kind of bringing it up about it. And it's like, you know, you'll get used to it. You'll get used to it. Honestly, it's only because it's a bit alien to you and it's a bit different. Just give it a go and we'll carry on kissing and you'll get used to it. And I was like, look, maybe it is a case of I've not kissed anyone with it before, so as time goes on, I won't even think about it. So I kept trying, and for months we kissed with his tongue bar in, and I I just couldn't. It literally made me feel very uncomfortable. I didn't like it. It grossed me out. It was just there. And to it actually become a problem. Like, it sounds ridiculous, I know, of all the things that could go wrong in a relationship that people split up, but I was literally getting like proper, like, what am I going to do? Because I want to kiss this guy. And a few times I'd kind of tested the water and I'd be like, oh, what would it be like if you just took that tongue bar out, you know? And it was like, I'm not taking it out. I really like it. It's part of me. I was like, oh, okay. Which I respect. You know, I respect him for the fact that he said that. And, you know, I'm not one of these people that want to change people. I'm not like that. I think you should always be yourself and like what you like. But at the same point, this tongue bar was freaking making me feel sick and uncomfortable. And I hated it. So anyway, we carried on dating and dating, kissing and kissing. And then he basically said, look, you're not feeling this, are you? And I said, no, I'm feeling our relationship. I really want to carry on getting to know you. I want us to get serious. I want everything you want. But yeah, it's just when it comes to the kissing that there's an issue, because it's just really, it sounds ridiculous. But it just the thought of it now. It's the tongue bar. So anyway, he come to a decision that he would not take it out permanently, but he would take it out when he saw me. So when we go on dates, or like, you know, if he stayed over and stuff, he'd leave it out for a day or so, or just like a few hours and stuff. And that's what kind of happened. So when we would meet up, he would either take it out before he got here, which was great because I'd meet him from the train, like he'd get the train to me. I'd meet him at the station. And if I knew that tongue bar wasn't in his mouth, I'd like snog the face off him, you know, cuddle him outside the station. It was great. But sometimes he'd forget to take it out and stuff. So I'd be like, oh, you know, no, we'll wait till we get home and then we'll have a kiss, you know. So yeah, that's what would happen. He'd come here and he'd whip it out. His tongue bar, in case you're thinking of anything else. It's too early on for that. I'm a good girl. But yeah, he would take the tongue bar out and he'd put it in his coat pocket or in his wallet. I think one time he nearly lost it because he forgot where he put it. But he found it, unfortunately. But yeah, so that's what he would do. We carried on like that for a while. But then, yeah, he just got a little bit, like, peeved off with it. And I remember one night we was just sitting talking and he said, you really don't like this tongue bar thing, do you? And I was like, well, look, you know, I know, you know, and it's awful, but I confess this is awful of me, but I'm being really selfish because you love it and it is part of you and you, for some reason, really like getting your tongue pierced and having a piercing in it, you know. And I said, I feel really bad saying it, but yeah, it is just causing an issue. And he's like, well, I can't keep taking it in, taking it out. He said, because it was just annoying him. You know, it's not like taking your earring out. It was more fiddly, without being graphic, like bits of food would get in there. But so he was like, look, I've got to make this decision. He said, I either take it out permanently or I put it back. I can't keep taking it in, taking it out. And I'm not going to lie to you, it's awful saying it because I love him to bits. But I was like, well, you can't, you know, if you want to stay with me, what a bitch I am. But no, if you want to stay with me, then yeah. I said, and I even remember saying at the time, like, if there's anything you want me to change about myself, like to make it kind of level ground and equal, I said I would do, you know, if you want me to stop wearing a certain perfume, or if you want, you know, I would do that for you. And we kind of, you know, and he was like, no, there's nothing I'd change about you, which made me feel even more guilty. Like, Nathan is super sweet, super romantic. I love him to bits. And it just made me feel worse because he was like, no, there's nothing I want to change about you, but you want to change me. I didn't want to change him in the slightest. There was nothing about him I wanted to change. I didn't want to change anything about his, you know, clothing or his hair. Like, I'm not like super superficial or anything. It's not that. I didn't want to change anything about his personality. I was falling in love with him. You know, I was literally falling in love with him for who he was, you know. But that thing in his tongue was not doing it for me. I just didn't like it. Anyway, cut long story short, we decided, and I say we because it wasn't me going, right, you know, well, a little bit, maybe a little bit. But we decided to, yeah, just basically him get rid of the tongue bar. So he removed it and he never put it back in again, ever. And his hole closed up in his tongue, like his piercing. And yeah, and I think in the first like 6 months or so after that, I remember feeling like really, really shit, actually. I felt very bad because, as I say, I'm not one of these people who want to change. So, I mean, I've been in relationships where guys have tried to, you know, change me and make me feel crap and like, oh, cut your hair or do this to yourself or don't do that, don't wear this, don't wear too much makeup, don't have your top too low. I've had all that. So I didn't want to turn into one of those people. I really didn't. But this isn't something I just got from him. This is something that I've always been kind of grossed out about, like certain piercings, as I say. So I just felt really bad. And then, yeah, I think he kind of noticed it. He would sometimes sit and like move around his tongue. Like, he'd be sitting there watching telly and like probably like searching for this bit of metal, because I don't know what it's like, but I suppose if if you've got a piercing somewhere like that, like in your ears, you don't really move your ears about. Do you know what I mean? But I think if you've got one like on your lip or your tongue or something, you kind of fiddle with it. I've always seen people with like lip rings and that, like fiddling with their lips and stuff. But yeah, he used to kind of just sit and fiddle with his tongue, like waiting for it to magically appear, but it never, the piercing never magically reappeared. But yeah, so he got rid of it. He got rid of it for me. And yeah, I still feel bad, like all these years later. But anyway, so as the time went on over the years, now and again, I just like randomly bring it up and be like, oh babe, do you really hate me for all those years ago, making you get rid of your tongue piercing? And now he's just like, nah, he said it doesn't bother me. I was like, look, honestly, because I still think about it and I still feel this guilt and hate for myself. And he was like, no, he said, because at the end of the day, it comes to the fact that he had to choose between a little metal bar in his tongue, or, he said he knew instantly that he was falling for me, and he knew that there could be something special between us, and he wanted to make me happy. And he said, yeah, he would have liked to have kept his piercing, but it was just a piercing. I was this person he wanted to, have a serious, full-on relationship with. So, I mean, it's nice to hear that, but I don't know, I've always felt a bit guilty about it, you know what I mean? But he doesn't even notice it now. He says he don't even cross his mind. It's me that thinks about it. It's me that thinks about this bloody tongue piercing. Even though it's not there, it's still haunting me. But yeah, so he sacrificed that for me. But there's never been anything that I've asked him to change about anything at all. Like I'm not like that, and he's not like that. Saying that, there's one thing that I'm not allowed to wear around Nathan. Not as like, big thing as taking his tongue piercing out, but I'm not allowed to wear fake Ugg boots or real Ugg boots. Not that I could afford real Ugg boots, but yeah, he hates Ugg boots, right? And I'm trying to make myself sound a bit better, not such a bitch. But no, he does. He hates Ugg boots. And when it gets to winter time, I usually go Primark and get those cheapy, like, fake Uggs. And they're really crap because they kind of go side to side and they're not got proper grips on. And, like, as soon as it's a bit of rain and that, they get, like, drenched and, yeah. But he hates them. Whenever I used to wear them, he's like, oh, I hate them. So I used to wear them when he wasn't around. And then when he moved in a few years ago, I was like, what am I going to do these fake Uggs? Like, I had loads of pairs of them. And he was like, well, don't wear them, please. I hate them. He said, they look horrible. I don't like them. And I remember having this like row with him going, but I like my boots. I like my fake Uggs. And he was like, well, I like my tongue bar. I think that's the only kind of time he's ever brought it up. And, my window's like vibrating. What is going past? A car with really loud music. Their system must have been so like bassy. My whole window just like vibrated. Yeah, that's the only kind of time he brought it up to like go, well, I got rid of this. So anyway, I ended up giving in, and now I do not wear Ugg boots at all. Like fake Uggs, can't afford the real Uggs. So yeah, I sacrifice those boots. I sacrifice those boots. But no, in general, I think that's the only thing we've ever, sacrificed for each other. But no, I love Nathan to bits. And I hope watching this video, you won't completely hate me or think I'm a selfish... Well, I am a little bit of a selfish cow. Yeah, I admit it. But is there I want you to think, before you go, oh, you're so nasty, think, is there anything that really grosses you out? What is like an off-putting thing that you wouldn't date someone if they had do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Put yourself in my place with the thing you don't like, and then think, oh, met this kind of dream guy that you love, or dream girl that you love, and boom, they've got that thing that you don't like. What would you do? It's not easy. It's not easy. Anyway, I'm going to have some Pepsi Max. I told Nathan that I was going to do this video, and he was just laughing. He was like, you can't do a whole video about my tongue bar. That's so sad. I was like, it's not sad. It's story time. It's story, because it was a big thing. Like, I don't think he realises what a big thing it was. But it was a really big thing for me. The thought of, as I say, certain bits of the body getting pierced, I just don't know. It just grosses me out. And over the years, like, I've been friends with so many people over the years who have had, like, lots of different piercings. And, like, as I say, I don't know what it is. I've said to Nathan as well, like, certain parts don't gross me out. Eyebrow, nose, ears. I just think, oh, it's piercing. But for some reason, I don't know what it is, like it's just mentally kind of reason. I think, oh, how could you have your willy pierced? Or how could you have your boobs pierced? Like, oh. Anyway, so that is the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed my little random story time about the time I nearly dumped Nathan over a tongue bar. That's very true. Do you know what? I think back, would I really have ended it? Would I have given up such a great relationship over a little bit of metal and a tongue? I don't know. No, I don't think I would. I think I think I would have had to get used to it. I think, because honestly, I was really falling for him. I just felt so connected to him. And I knew that I kind of wanted to just be with him. I don't know. I think as much as it would have been a bit of an issue between us, I think I would have had, if he wouldn't have took it out and been such an amazing person, I think I would have just put up with it. And you know what? Maybe I would have got used to it. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have felt as grossed out over the years. But I haven't got to worry about that now because he ain't got one. Anyway, please click like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Don't be too harsh in the comments. I can see it now. I'm going to get so many thumbs down. How could you have been so awful? I know. And yeah, don't forget also to come check out my other YouTube channel, which is MinxLaura123 ASMR. And on that channel, I make relaxation videos to help people with anxiety, insomnia, that kind of thing. So yeah, links down below to all my social media and the other channel and Goodreads, all down below. Yeah. Okay, thank you for watching, everyone. I'm just going to go and pierce my tongue. Not really.